I find sort of doing paintings a bit like sort of problem solving, and it's entirely a problem that you've created. It's almost like some sort of distraction that you've got, and when you solve the problem then you go on to the next one, and then there's paintings that just sit around for quite a while that take a wee while to sort out.
Tony really likes conceptual art and ceramics and sculpture. Bill Hammond's a good friend of Tony's and has been a really big influence and has been really supportive of him since he left art school. Peter Robinson, children's edition. Peter and Tony went to art school together. Shane Cotton too. They were all making more pared down work when they were at art school and went through a figurative stage. And I think maybe Shane and Peter have made their practices a bit more slick and Tony's kind of maintained a more rough and ready approach.
When I was at art school, I did make abstract, more sort of formalist type work, although it was sort of, it was either based on chairs or something, based on something, and went through a figurative phase with using the lion and kiwi and sort of those New Zealand motifs and the tattoo imagery, and slowly come back to abstract work, but it's come out of that figurative work. Peter hiding because he didn't want to get filmed. Oh, it's all good, doesn't it? I guess I haven't intentionally taken a figure and sort of reduced it down in that classical abstractionist way. It's more that just shapes have been coming into the work and then the shapes have really just sort of taken over in their own way, but they've also become like letter forms. So there's a sort of a typography base to some of the forms as well. And then I find, you start putting shapes together and they start looking figurative again. So it's almost like you start coming back round. I think everything's going all right without me.
It's really an exhibition of two halves. You've got the first space, which takes you up to that point where Tony really makes the move into abstraction, and that covers almost 2 decades of work. And the trophy room as well, just having all the revisionist works in there, and the weapons and saws, and then the ceramics and everything. Yeah. I think it's also they're nice experiences. Like the trophy room it's like walking into a junk shop, almost. Yeah. Which is something you love doing.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Half my studio and half collections of chairs. Always need a backup,
It's part of a collection. Yeah.
This is Tony's robot collection, probably 1950s, 60s, made in Japan. And I guess you can sort of see the colours that come out in his paintings too, those sort of blues and the crudeness about them. He likes that they're kind of just bashed together. One of the things that I think draws what he collects together is that a lot of the objects are either they're a clashing of 2 different cultures. So there's British ceramics made to look as a frog, Asian ceramics that were made for export in Europe. He just really loves all the detailing. So obviously you need to collect all of it. Wouldn't want to just have a little bit. I think he has, a tendency to keep hold of everything.
I think that's like a toenail of a large animal, like maybe an elephant or something, but it's a pincushion as well.
It's like a disconnection between what they're trying to achieve and what actually comes out in the object. Some of these are so tiny and intricate, but they're functional. The ships and bottles is a similar thing. They're so crude, a lot of them, even though they're trying to be really perfect. But the best ones, it's like someone made it with their feet.
You haven't had kids till now, and that must have affected the ability to just go into the studio whenever you wanted?
Yeah.
Raising a family?
Probably a lot less time at places like this now.
Yeah, right.
Daddy, the red is not working, but the yellow is.
Oh, okay.
And the blue is.
Yeah.
I think he's got a really fun approach to making art. Yeah, he's got like a childlike personality in terms of now that we have the two kids, he's really fun with them.
Well, now that Claudia's a bit older, she can sit in the studio with me and she paints away, mixes colours and does her thing. Good girl, that's enough.
Tony's always one I've been really interested in curating. And then you go to the bookshelves and there's just nothing on Tony's work, which I thought was quite amazing because what's been 3 decades you've been painting, and a lot of people have been saying how amazing it is to see Tony's art brought together like that, but the book is just as important to me because it's got a life beyond the exhibition. You know, people in the future will be referencing the essays and looking at the art, hopefully.
Yeah.
I think that's the...
Some of those works I probably haven't seen for 10 or 15 years, so it's nice to see them again, and especially the older work, you've sort of maybe forgotten a little bit what it looked like. There's no additions to them, and I won't modify them and send them back, you know. I kind of like the idea of not quite knowing where you're going to head next and making it up as you go along a little bit. And that Badlands, the Apple logos, I kept doing them, and then people kind of coming to me going, oh, can you do a such and such? And I sort of did a few more of them, and after a while I was like, oh, I'm not doing any more of these. You know, I probably could still be doing them now, and people still want them. You know, they kind of go, I wish you still did those, but I'm glad I don't.
So if you want a logo work, go buy it now, right? Because they're limited.
Yeah, there's no more
coming.
But then, you know, probably next year I'll start doing them again. Just to